And look at Randy Orton slithering.
Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
KO! Here's the cover.
Hey, what's up guys? And we're back here today with another video. Trying to pump them out as quickly as I can between downtime. But, slightly different type of video today, and actually kind of a first for the channel, as this actually isn't me playing. So yeah, first guest replay, I guess you could say. Only took 4 years. 3 years. But, today we're with Petty in the WZ-111 5A on Namahan. We recently featured this tank maybe a few weeks ago. You know, I quite like it if you've seen that video. It's one of my favorite tier 10 heavies. I don't play it that much because I don't play heavies that much, but when I do, I quite enjoy this thing just because of mobility. But I'm not talking about the game, the vehicle so much as this game. So, Petty is, well, a friend, obviously. You may have seen him in a few vids or on stream playing with me. And he sent me this replay today, actually, which is good timing because I just got back from the trip. So I actually had time to do this before leaving again Friday, or Thursday evening, actually. But we're back right now, and right now he's taking fairly standard position I take on this map from this spawn in the 5A. Looking for side shots on their team. Now their team is pushed up fairly aggressively, which is fair. Pushing, it's not really a bad play by them, by the enemy team there. They're being very aggressive. Now Petty's going to take a shot there from this machine there, and gets an absolutely disgusting amount of tracking on that guy, as he gets slapped for nearly 1,200, or almost 1,300 damage, which is very, very nice. And it appears he may have just recently got this tank. I don't know, he doesn't have any marks on it. He 3 marks a lot of tanks as well. I know that. And he's quite a good player. And yeah, so I think he may have just gotten this vehicle. I don't know. I didn't really ask him. He just sent me this today. So we're taking a look at it. And he's going to get some pretty nice RNG here. Now, he's kind of in an awkward position. He has to use his repair kit there, which is unfortunate. But he also gets away with the TVP not even penning any of those shots. And now we have very questionable pen there on the 279E. That was an AP round that penned in front of me. I think the 279E went down the slope. It went an overmatch. Not overmatch, but was able to pen somehow. I thought that was heat the first time I watched this replay, but that was actually an AP round. Just a weird angle it went in. And it's not the last of the good RNG that Petty's going to get this game at all. As he's recently made a CC. He does YouTube videos as well, so I will link his channel in the comments and in the description probably. He just hit about, I think, maybe 200 or 300 subs. He's only doing it for a couple months now, if that maybe. So I would definitely want as many of you to go raid his channel as possible, if you can, and go check out his content. He's putting out a lot more consistent stuff than me as of late, just because I've been back to work. So yeah, I've been running out of time to put out more consistent content. But yeah, definitely go check out his stuff, and yeah, like I said, I'll go link that. But he's done with the other flank right now. It's kind of a good play, just because it was basically not getting anywhere or going anywhere, so just kind of stalemate it. This game's tied up 5-5. So far, as he just gets a very kind of lucky snapshot there that could have missed, and he immediately loads the AHE, because the Becky Lynch is not paying attention to him at all. Stops, aims the shot a little, and puts it right into him to finish him off there. Very nice selection of ammo type there, to basically two-shot the Senlac. Did another disgusting CC Hex enabled snapshot on this M103. He's poking the side of him. M103 does finally put one into him. Don't know why I didn't earlier, but able to get a nice snapshot and finish him off for his 5th kill already. It's gonna be a pretty high kill game, but we'll look at that medal count later. No spoilers yet. But now he's moving in with the excellent mobility of the 5A. to hopefully finish off the 705. Trying to stay below the ridgeline, it kind of looks, to kind of stay hidden and get the drop on this guy without taking any damage in return if possible. There was a 140 behind him. The 140 pops up, puts one into him. He finishes off the 705 and moves back into cover. And he's still in about half health right now, which is fine. This stage of the game. Gets another disgusting snapshot as the 140 breaks his gun, and that's not going to stop there. He definitely got some nice RNG this game. I think he even said it when he sent me the replay. I think that was just a 500 or 600 damage roll. I'm not really sure. I want to tell me that again. But he does get tracked in place there. A little bit lucky here in his engagement with the 140. He could have died, I think. His 140 bounces another shot. Maybe could have played that a little bit better, but I mean, we all make mistakes. Trust me, I do all the time. So it's hard to sit here and critique and be that backseat tanker that I despise utterly. So it's hard to say when you're actually playing what the right call is here. As the team is starting to lose tanks consistently now, the enemy team I think has a PvP T95 that we saw earlier, IS-7 on nearly full health, and maybe a T28 Prot. I think those are the tanks left. Yeah, they were IS-7, and they finished off that lever very quickly with the arty. He just now spots the T28 Prot, which is surprising. Again, he has a damaged gun, so the fact that that shot does hit is excellent. Up to 7 kills, nearly 6k damage so far. And this is a key part. If you look at the mini-map right now, they still have arty in play, but the other tank on their team, I think that Andre the Giant, is in their base actually going after the arty. Some could argue that the Andre, the AMX there, wasn't really useful most of the game, maybe. I don't know. I didn't see the post-game stats yet. But if he had not killed that arty right there, or was pressuring the arty, that arty would be putting so much pressure on Petty right now as he sat in this open field. So that was benefit, and also a huge benefit to this game is this 4005 that's left with Petty back in the base as he finishes off that IS-7 for nearly 1450 health. Finished off a very, very tough target, and amazing that he pinned him, to be fair, unless I guess he got his side, which is a very lucky shot at that kind of range. Even though it's not that far, but it's a 4005, so you know. And if that IS-7 had got up into these ridge lines here, it would have been a very, very tough fight to win, I think. So, excellent kill there. And he gets the drop on the 60 TP, while other heavy tank left, and finishes him off. Now we see just the T28 Prot, so the other two tanks went back to the base. T95 never really left that far of the base. Kind of sat up on the sniper hill. It's fair, I guess. And the TVP was all the way in the back as well. So now they kind of have to make their move on this T28 Prot before these other two tanks get there. So they're not outnumbered, hopefully. They can defeat the enemy team in detail and basically just divide and conquer. As he puts a nice shot into his T28 Prot. Bring him down to an easy one shot. And now he's down into his heat rounds at this point. That's all he has left. I'm questioning a little bit the HE. It's personal preference. We saw him make it great use of the HE earlier as the 4005 finishes off the Prot. Bring it to a 2v2 now. I personally don't carry that much HE in a lot of tanks. Maybe I could bring more in some, I don't know. I have some issues switching rounds occasionally. I don't do it nearly as much. Petty always posts these ridiculous shots in like T29, Tusk, all that kind of the derp gun, so he loves his HE light tanks just like I do. So maybe not that surprising, maybe that's a reason why, I don't know. But at this point, this is kind of an awkward situation because he's a 2-shot for the PvP. He's a 1-shot for the T95 if the T95 is fully upgraded. We don't really know. The T95 can have 3 guns, potentially. Could have T32's 105, which has 320 alpha, the 120, which has 400 alpha, and then the 155 that has 750. And the TVP is probably, in my opinion, the biggest threat in this scenario, just because of the mobility and the rear range difference, along with the autoloader that he can just two-shot Petty easily, and even if he bounces 1 or 2, you can still kill him. And we don't know how much HP he's on at this point. At least I don't think he did. So this is definitely, I don't say nerve-wracking, but a little bit of an issue. So yeah, and right now this game's kind of turned into an utter stalemate. The 4005 sat up on the ridgeline, which kind of should be doing, because 4005 is going to get spotted in the open fairly easily. And Petty's low health, so he's got to play it kind of cautious here, but also kind of aggressive. Some weird balance. 4005 isn't going to be the spotter here, because he'll just get farmed in the open. He's also very close to being clippable by the TVP. You can make the, look at that 4005 and think, oh, he has a lot of health, he should go forward. Except for he could basically be clipped out almost instantly by those two tanks. T95 could shoot him once, and then the TVP could shoot him once or twice, and he's dead. And they're not going to bounce on the 4005 because it has no armor. So, yeah, it's kind of the right call there, I think. But at this point, I would have thought they'd at least been spotted by the TVP, so it's a little concerning. If Petty had been with more health, he probably would have been more aggressive and just pushed over. But at this point in the game, with this little health, you're kind of maybe hoping you could have had some of those hit points back from the 140 engagement. Who knows? Or if you probably, I would imagine, have at least seen the PvP at this point. But we still haven't. We have no idea where he's at. Which is always an issue in these situations. And that's why I love the light tanks and mediums, because you can be so spontaneous with your movements at these endgame kind of scenarios versus the heavies and PDs, not so much. And now we see Petty's lost his patience, quote unquote. He's making an aggressive push across the middle. I probably have a good idea of where the T95 is. He's looking at where the T95 last was. He's probably thinking, you can't have gone that far. He's in a T95. He's not going to move that much. So, pretty aggressive play, but also making use of cover and such. He gets spotted. T95 is on the same kind of area where he was. And now Petty's okay in this spot because he's still in a ridgeline dip behind these snow mounds, so he's okay. He's not really going to have any good shots here just because where the T95 is at. T95 didn't shoot at him and miss, and I probably maybe would have pushed up in front of him like he's doing now, maybe a bit sooner. But then he gets spotted again to his right, to his right, to his right, and put very, very lucky there. Gets the snapshot. TVP put one into him. I would imagine TVP could have put another one into him quickly. I don't know why he didn't. I just don't know. The 5A's haul arm was not that good. And Petty also high rolled him too. So the TVP was luckily a one shot, technically. 523 health. Another disgusting shot there, by the way. Because the alpha on this is 490, so that was very lucky. But gotta have that sometimes, and he definitely has the luck on his side as another heat run. That one's well aimed, but still with a damaged gun. Goes in the lower plate of the T95 for the weak spot, and finishes him off for his 10th kill and a Pools medal at tier 10. Something that I don't even know if I've gotten personally. I'd have to go back and look at my stats, but I've only got 6 of them. Only, he says. But an outstanding game in the WZ-5A. Not the highest damage I've ever seen in the 5A, personally, but still a very, very solid result of 7,700 damage. Along with that 1,500 assists, with about 1,200 was tracking. Block 2K, 2,039 base XP, which is ridiculous for a tier 10 tank. Welcome to console where we can do that. And yeah, just an excellent result in the WZ-5A. And like I said, I don't know if I've even ever gotten a Pools medal at tier 10. It's very impressive to do that. So, regardless of some fantastic luck with the CC hacks that he has now. So, hope you guys enjoyed something a little different, not my footage, but of a friend. And hope you guys go check out his channel. I definitely recommend it. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll catch you next time. See ya. Peace.